So Professor Murshid, Sayyid Mansoor Murshid was my supervisor, and I completed my PhD in 2008 under his supervision. But then I also made a great colleague and a friend who also guided me throughout my MA and PhD. Um, Great economist, perhaps one of the best quantitative economists uh, at ISS, while widely known in the world of development studies, Arjun Singh Bedi. So there was an interesting story while I completed my master's and my thesis was evaluated by Arjun Singh Bedi. I got a distinction above 90% of the marks. So the next day when I met to Arjun Bedi after getting my graduation degree, he said I should come to his seminar, an expert seminar he's conducting, where he's going to be presenting his work based on Pakistan, Pakistan industry at KP. So I did, I attended it. While he concluded his presentation, he would then specifically ask me that, Mamoon, what do you think? Has the analysis been done properly and the empirical approach utilized and the data represents uh, uh, real story of children who are working in factories. So it was kind of a study on child labor, and there child labor is something which is quite a problem. Uh, the fair trade, the literature would ask United Nations to not allow any children working in factories. Instead, they should be educating themselves. They should be participating in sports. They should be provided healthy nutrition, and that's the most convincing literature. But development studies have a certain manners to then certain issues which are considered as problems widely accepted would then have an approach whereby they understand the household better, that why would parents send their children to work. Now you can see it in many of the children who are working with mechanics, senior mechanics, automobile mechanics, or motorbike mechanics. And similarly, children might as well be participating in industrial work. Or so there has to be a safe environment. Once you, I mean, what Arjun Singh Bedi showed in the paper was that, of course, child labor is kind of unethical. But again, yet again, if the household income is so low that it is dominated by poverty and impoverishment, the parents cannot have the opportunity to educate their children, provide them the healthy nutrition, and also can take care of their healthy lifestyles. In that respect, then there's a possibility that you should allow child labor, but with certain regulations. Where children are protected, and there should be certain areas, industries, where children are guided to represent uh, some kind of a work routine whereby they are trained for certain skills. While at the same time, there could be evening schools, informal schools. I mean, this is the idea again. With my fellowship with George Mason University, Virginia, in 2016 to 18, I did write a few papers whereby I said that informal means of education are very important as well, not only for children but adults. So child labor, if one can direct child labor to certain government and international regulations whereby the rights of the children are still being protected while they are working, and opportunities of better nutrition, better health facilities, and better education is provided to them, then it might be possible that certain industries are allowed in developing countries are allowed to participate, to have children as labor. But of course, I'm not talking about really adolescent children. There must be an age which must represent at least 10 years or above. Even 10 years, I personally think is not a right age. It should be at least 13 years or above, in the teenage, while the government, the local community should be really working to empower those children while household incomes are increasing, and the local community should be participating in activities, commerce activities, whereby they could drive economic value through whatever economic activities they are participating in. So this is then this brings me back to this. I mean, you can understand they were so kind, so yeah. I mean, I know Indians as my seniors, as my colleagues,